I trade spot and futures on BYDFi, and if you want to set up an account now, send me a message once you've created your account with your username and UID on Telegram, and I'll put you into a randomly selected prize draw. I've got $10, $20 and $50 gift cards to give out, which basically go against your trading fees, giving you free trading fees basically until the gift cards run out. BYDFi. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. We've got the pump. Who told you there was going to be a pump? I told you. The breakout for Bitcoin and Ethereum 22 hours ago. So at the moment, what we're seeing is a breakout for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Who would have believed it? Yeah, no one would have made it. Amazing stuff. Anyway, that's enough of that. I know that people don't like me talking about being correct. So let's just see where we're going to go from here. So at the moment, Bitcoin really is pumping up. I mean, it is exactly as expected. But the main thing to focus on is that, how far is it going to go from here? Well, since obviously waking up this morning, we've burst through the previous local high, roughly 44,000. The major destination for me, and again this goes for a lot of the market, is going to be up towards this 48,000, about 48,400 kind of area, right? If and when Bitcoin reaches that area, and again, it's early on in the week, so it's not too much of a problem, but when it finally does reach that area, we've got to be careful with how we interpret the overall market, because what this is going to give us will be one drive of bearish divergence on the money flow index. And again, this will be a closure towards the end of the week. It's only Tuesday, so we've got plenty of time, really. Well, I say plenty of time. Still want to be cautious around this area. The top of the Bollinger Band's floating around 48,000. We've got this major horizontal we've had on the cards since forever. And now we've got bearish divergence and RSI bearish divergence on the money flow index. So, look, I can see it popping through. I can see this traveling to around 52,000 on a wick, maybe even higher than that once these sell walls start to burst. But can it sustain those higher prices? I would say no, to be honest. I just don't think it's ready to, nor is anything really able to sustain those higher prices. So we are looking for a consolidation at some point down the line. I posted something on Telegram just yesterday or the day before that Jim Cramer has now called 2024 is going to be the most bullish thing he's ever seen in his life, which is a bit of a concern. If you ever use the reverse Cramer indicator, it's basically whatever he says is the opposite. I'm sure we all know that's kind of common knowledge. He's no Nancy Pelosi, I can tell you that much. But that aside, based on the volume reads on the higher term timeframes, order books are filling up and they're waiting to be drained, right? So I'm not saying this to say, we can't go up to significant highs, or we can't. Of course, anything can happen, right? The money flow index is an indicator just to give you warning signs of when things are generally overheated. We had a very large read over here, although we did dump quite significantly on Ethereum. Just a small sort of retest, a history lesson. It was a 35% move down within a week, but we did continue. And then we obviously had something similar over here, bearish divergence, and another one, 35%. And then the next one over here was the big one back in May. So look, I'm not saying that we can't go up to 3,000 on Ethereum. I've already said that I think we can. I was saying this the whole time. Between 2,800 to 3,000 is where I'd be thinking strongly about, taking profit certainly on things that might not have reached their potential levels just through security purposes. Absolutely no chance of buying anything at these levels. No way would I want to deploy capital into the market when reads are this high, especially with Bitcoin reaching its major destination with bearish divergence on the weekly. But until it does that, the party is on. It's absolutely on. As I said yesterday, so long as these two guys are doing okay, most other altcoins will also do okay. And even though these guys are leading the market, it's not a bad day for, and again, these are just some of the things that I'm trading currently. I mean, obviously ICP is having a great time. XRP still sort of scratching around in the dirt, but holding that 10 exponential moving average on the weekly, suggesting, we are ready and ripe to move up if it wants to. Same thing over here on Atom on the weekly. These weeklies do look pretty good. and obviously Algorand as well. But the main thing to take away from all of this is that weekly money flow indexes being this high, excuse me, they're not attractive. They're just not attractive for new positions. If you're like me, you know, the newest positions you probably would have taken will date back about 6 weeks ago or more. Most of the positions that I've taken this year were sold leading into Christmas. And so really, I'm looking for further upside, yes, of course, but you know, the risk is high, so I wouldn't be deploying any more into the market. I still am in the mode of profit taking, and then waiting for a deeper correction. There are things you can do. You can leverage trade if you want to do that. You can short the market. If and when we get to that point, you can use leverage tokens. You can set up leverage token bots on Pionex. You can do all sorts of things. That would be like short tokens. There's loads of things we can do if and when this market begins to consolidate, which I'm pretty sure it will. But right now, we're still pumping, and we should allow for these destinations to be hit. The total 2, we're now halfway through the breakout. So look, the breakout from here, we're currently up 22% to the 38% target, so we're getting closer and closer to it. It's a good setup, it's a good chart, it's continuing, that's what we want, but let's wind our necks back in a bit. Like, as much as we've been trading this and enjoying the gains, we are getting to what I would consider to be close to the end, where a tether or a pound or a dollar balance is probably the best place to be honest. And look, we've indulged in these pumps for over a year now. We've been having a great old time. Anyway, rather than looking at individual altcoins today, I just want to give you an overview that basically things are moving as expected. You know, we expected the breakout on Ethereum and Bitcoin, so we're getting that now. We're probably going to see that continue throughout the day. Altcoins probably will continue with that also throughout the day. Just be careful when we get to 48,000, and for Ethereum, if we get to 2,800, that's where we want to start being careful. And if you want to join me on the live streams tonight, I'm doing the first live stream of the year on the Patreon. So go down and have a look in the links in the description. Set yourself up a Patreon account. It's only £7.50 a month. You get 2 live streams a week, and we can look at whatever you want to, whatever you want me to look at. And we'll break down those charts. There's probably still some epic pumps to be had, and if there's not, we can still do the inverse trades. Leverage tokens, down tokens, shorting the market. Not just crypto, stock market as well. I think as much as everybody's bullish, now I was saying this last year, as much as I expected the breakout, and we're seeing that happen right now, I said, look, there's bullish things fundamentally. There's a halving around spring to the summertime this year for Bitcoin. That's bullish, but priced in probably. What else have we got? An ETF, okay? That's bullish, probably priced in. Fed rates being decreased, okay? The lowering of rates. That's bullish, probably priced in. So the market is probably priced in all the bullish events causing this move, and all this move really. The closer we get to those events actually being a reality, that's when you normally start to see a bubble pop. There's 3 things, in my opinion, that are priced into this market already before they've happened. And so when they eventually start to happen, surprisingly, I would be, you guys are probably on the same level as me. We see this sort of thing all the time. We've seen it in all markets over many, many, many years. But buy the rumor, sell the news. It's getting ready to sell the news. And there's 3 news events to sell, all right? So if we're going to start to consolidate and then we get one after another, yeah, it's just going to be consolidation central. There'll be someone out there who's not quite, not quite ready to hear all that. What are you talking about? The halving is obviously bullish. Blah. What are you talking about? The ETF's going to send it to the moon, man. These things are true over a longer period of time, but the market, in my opinion, is priced in those 3 things. And so when those 3 things come around, it'll probably cause red candles, right? That's probably what it's going to do. And then guess what? We sold. We will have sold up here and maybe a bit higher, and we will be buying into those red candles because we understand that, yes, they are bullish scenarios. That is definitely bullish scenarios, but at the time that it takes place, well, probably the opposite will happen. And that is just talking about those three things that we're speaking about. What about all the other stuff that might happen this year? You know, like to the east and to the west of the UK, there's conflicts going on all over the place. So just have a little think about it, all right? Just have a little think about it. But until then, probably, at least for the rest of the day, if not the rest of the week, we should be seeing some further upside for everything. Anyway, I'll leave with you there, but thank you for watching. Hopefully that was useful. Maybe I'll see you on the live stream. If not, hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.